Hi, I'm Don Bish. Over the last little while, you might have heard or read some information that I've put out about key person cover or about shareholder protection and about a range of different things. You might have heard that shareholder protection is actually good if you've got a business with 2 or more shareholders from different families, and having an insurance policy in place is a good thing in case things go custard. You might have also read recently about the group insurance schemes we've talked about, where you can have health insurance or life insurance or what have you, which is a really good thing for your team, both from value add for them, but also for your own productivity in your business. You might have also read or heard that I've been talking about retirement, how we need a certain amount of money in retirement, whether that's with KiwiSaver or other investments. What we do know in the New Zealand market is that typically most people don't actually have enough in their KiwiSaver accounts to actually last them in retirement. Now, I also talk about the fact that if you have a business, there is a value attached to that. Now, depending on the type of business that you have, you might be able to use that as part of your retirement plan. You might have also heard me talk about business or business strategy. So there are key ideas on how to grow the value of your business from where it is now to perhaps where you need it to be when you're ready to retire. All these things come together under the platform that I call Your Business is Your Asset. For many business owners, I'm trying to help them realize that 80% of many business owners' wealth is actually tied up in the value of their business. So if that's the case, let's start treating the business as an investment, as a viable investment vehicle. Now, if we do that, we need to start thinking about things and doing things in slightly different ways. So the first thing is to understand what's the current value of your business. Next thing, we need to know when you're looking to retire, when you want to exit your business, how might you want to do that? Do you want to sell up completely? Maybe you want to see if your family can come in, or perhaps you have some management team who buy you out. Doesn't really matter, but at some point you want to extract your value from the business that you've been building up with blood, sweat, and tears over the last few years. So then we need to know what kind of value does that need to be. We plug that into your retirement plan and go, okay, now we've got an idea of what your retirement is going to look like. Good. So then we work back and go, well, we've got a gap from where you are now to where you want to be. How do we plug that gap? How do we fill that gap? That's where the business strategy stuff comes in. We need to help you figure out where you are now, where you need to be, and how we're going to get you there. And then the last bit of all that is how do we protect the risk along the way? Because life happens, stuff happens, and although we might have the straight line from here to there, and that's how things are going to be, life will throw us curveballs, and before you know it, you can actually be going backwards because you haven't managed your risk properly. So again, we help with that. So when we look at your business is your asset, there are 3 key principles. And in fact, you'll notice they're the same 3 things that we have on Bolster Risk Management tagline. Protect against risk, find value, and build wealth. We actually start the other way around. So we start with build wealth. What does that number need to be? What does your retirement look like? How much income do you need on a yearly basis? Now, why do we do that? Because we know that retirement these days, and certainly where things are heading for us, we're not just going to have 5 or 7 or 10 years in retirement. We're looking at having 20, 25, 30, 40 years in retirement, depending on how we retire, whether we stop completely, maybe we carry on working a little bit, whatever it is. From 65 onwards, if we're living through to 80, 88, 90, 100 years, that's a long time to be in retirement. How do we fund that? How do we pay for it? Now, yes, we might be working a little bit longer. We might have some part-time jobs. We might be using some of our KiwiSaver. But if we think about where the KiwiSaver number is, the average KiwiSaver balance is not where it needs to be to have a good level of living lifestyle when we retire. So if we're business owners, it's a viable asset. If it is a viable asset, let's treat it as an asset. So that means we need to get it to a point that someone actually wants to buy it when we come ready to sell it. Too many business owners think they'll just put it on the market, put it on Trade Me, and next minute it's gone. Doesn't work that way. We know that about 75% of businesses that are listed don't actually sell. Why is that? They're not ready, haven't been prepared properly. There aren't buyers who are interested. There's a lot of work that needs to happen before you go, I'm going to sell my business. No, you've got to do a whole lot of work before that. Start thinking about it. So I like thinking about, start with the end in mind. What is the end goal of what you're doing? From there, we work backwards. What do we need to change? What things can we adapt to help get your business value from where it is now to where it needs to be for your exit time? And yes, we need to manage those risks on the way through. So, the platform, your business is your asset. There are different moving parts to it, but they all interact, they all relate. You need the insurance parts to help protect and manage that risk. You need the group insurance bits to make sure that your team feel valued, therefore increases the value of your business. You need to do certain things within your business to make sure you're going in the right direction. And you need to know where that direction actually is, where's that end point for your retirement. So the platform, your business is your asset, wraps all that together. Now, so over the coming weeks, months, you'll see more articles. And I'll dip into retirement, I'll dip into strategy, I'll dip into exit planning, I'll dip into risk management or insurance or what have you, because that's what I do. You'll also see videos. I'm doing more podcasts again. I've started doing the podcasts, interviewing small business owners and professionals about their insights in having a business in New Zealand. If you want to know more, we've got a heap of tools that you can look at. There's some simple tools to help you if you're a small business and you're just struggling to figure out how to do a business plan or what risk management looks like. We've got some very simple tools that help with that. It'll take you 5 minutes to work it out. We've got a special report that you can read. It's like 7 or 8 pages. It gives you a high level overview of what the platform actually looks like. If you want more depth, come along to the webinar. The webinar is about 35-40 minutes where I dive a bit deeper into the platform, what it all means, and pulling some bits apart. And it is interactive, so you do need to bring your game along and have a think about what we're doing. And if you want to take that one step further, well then we have a discovery session. We sit down for about half an hour and we figure out, okay, what are the key things that we can do right now? What's the low-hanging fruit that we can take care of right now while we're on the journey for that? Your business is your asset platform. There will be little things that we can do along the way just to help you get on that journey. And it probably starts, in most cases, it probably starts with knowing what's your current business valuation, where does it need to be, and how does that tie into your retirement plan? Once you've got that, the other bits just fall into place. It is quite straightforward. If all of that sounds a bit, don't know what you're talking about, Don, pick up the phone. Happy to have a chat, or drop me a line on email. Very simple. So stay in touch. There'll be more videos and content and podcasts coming out, but it's been an exciting 6 months getting all this together. I'm really excited to see where we can go from here on. Until then,